Hey guys, if you clicked on this video, then that means you want to be a better pool player, and I already applaud you for that. And so we are going to get right into this, just dead right into it. This will pretty much focus on everything that I've learned over the past few years of me going from absolute beginner to running racks and playing big tournaments and winning a few tournaments, and different effects like that. We're gonna start off as basic as you can get, and I will credit all these people who taught me this, and some of the stuff I've taught myself. I'm a self-taught player. I do have a coach that I work with a few times, but everything else, the basics, everything is self-taught. So this first tip. If you're watching this, you probably already know how to get down on a shot and shoot it. And you can make balls and you're like, okay, well my stance is pretty good, my shot form's pretty good. Well, I want to show you, a lot of people get down like this. This is 100% credited to Charlie Bryant, the hillbilly, professional player. He says a lot of people line with their heads. They aim with their heads. They look at the shot and they're aiming with their head. So when they stand, but then they step back into a shot. It's not as accurate as we'd like. Aiming with your head. I aim with my feet. Obviously we look at the contact point and we know where it is, but we're putting our back foot on that line. We're extending that contact point line out from the cue ball, and our foot's on that line. And we are stepping into the shot. And we're having a big, wide base. A big, wide base, a stable base. The most stable you are, the better. I've seen people almost go into the splits when they're down on a shot. Niels Fyan does that a lot. His legs are insanely long, and they span the whole table. So stepping into the shot really affects your shot making. And that'll step up your shot making. Another thing that I like to do is take a pause before I shoot. And that's when you really are double checking everything. So when I get down, I'm looking at everything, and then pause before I shoot. And that is where I'm double checking everything. And this does not have to mean you slow down your game. Like you see, that was slow, but on this one, you see it doesn't slow you down. It can slow you down if you want it to. I'm a fast player. I am young. I am a junior player. So I tend to play a bit faster. And it's also the pace where I find I play better. I play better faster as opposed to slower because I tend to overthink and all of that. We don't want to overthink anything when we're taking this extra second. But this is just a little time to think about what we're doing. So it's just a tiny pause and also stepping into the shot. Those two things really help your game out. And another thing that really helps me, let's say we just broke, let me get the 9-ball balls out. So we just broke, the rack looks something like this. Pretty good break, I'd say. 3 balls. But I've always learned to examine the rack. We want to look at the rack before you shoot the first ball. Find problems. This rack has absolutely 0 problems in my eyes, except for maybe 8 to 9 is half table position, but that is really it. So once we examine the rack, then we are able to run through it. Stepping into our shots, taking our pause before we're shooting. And everything just really seems to fall into place after we examine what we are dealing with. We're not just going to get down and start shooting and just go along with the flow of the rack. That's not what we want to do. Always examining the rack before we start shooting. Also, another thing that's helped me, if you scratch on the 9-ball a lot, say, or if you're close to scratching on the 9-ball a lot, you get lucky sometimes, like that right there. One thing that you want to do is you want to imagine there is another ball that you're playing position for that is nowhere near a pocket. Nowhere near a pocket. Let's say we're playing position to get on this ball. And now this ball is going to be imaginary. Say we're on the last ball of the rack, we're on the 9-ball. We're going to act like we're playing position for another ball. You see, if you just let this ball loose, center ball, it's going dead into the pocket. At least a good speed. But we're going to pretend like we're playing position for another ball. So you're pretty straight on that. Any type of 9-ball shot, we're going to pretend like we're playing position. Like this shot right here, you can easily scratch either going up there, or you could come dead straight off of that rail. That's the common scratch right there. Imagine there's 2 balls in the 9-ball. I don't feel like walking over there. That's common shot. Just like that. You're not going to go in the side. You're almost always heading for about right here. But just pretend you're playing position for another ball. When you're on the 9-ball, the 8-ball, if you're dead straight in, if you are dead straight, do not worry about anything, as you shouldn't. All you gotta do if you're dead straight, play a little bit of a draw or a stop shot. As long as the draw shot is not leading you straight into a pocket and you're not overdrawing it to the point where you may miss the shot, that you will be all good. And another thing that I've learned over the years is to just practice your banks. Practice banking at all angles and all speeds and all spins until you're just comfortable with any angle just getting down there. My main problem that I'm working with right now is banking into these corners. I got my sides. My sides are pretty good, but my corners aren't the best. So always working on your problem shots, keeping a book full of your problem shots is what I suggest doing. And also being on the lookout to learn about yourself is what I would say. So to learn about yourself. And what I mean about that is while you're practicing, and maybe not while you're in a match, but take some mental notes on some things. If you're like, hey, there's this shot that I'm missing. If there's one specific shot that you're missing a lot, or one specific position route that you're not too good at, try that one. My shot used to be this angle right here. Like that half ball cut, this shot right here. I was terrible at that, but I've shot it thousands of times since then. And I'm going to say I am nailing that one now. So, taking a few good notes on yourself, being honest with yourself. Some pool players like to hype themselves up as better than they actually are. When you're judging yourself, don't think of it that way. Don't try to take shortcuts. And that's just some people's personality, and I find that really sad. That is just some people's personality. But that is just the reality of it. And they're not going to work, and they're not going to be good players. That's just how it is. Unless you're extremely talented naturally, or sometimes happens. It's just not gonna work. Another thing that I've learned over years, you're playing a match, which most of you are watching to do. First thing you need to do on the table is lag it. Because if the table plays slow, you're going to end up with a lag like this. If it's a brand new diamond table, you'll probably end up with a lag something like that. And you don't want either of those. You want that nice little, that's a bit fast. But you want the nice within a few ball range. That's good speed right there. You want something around this. At least within a diamond. If you're not within a diamond, it's pretty bad lag. Sometimes you won't get to test the table, but if you have any spare second, just do it. Any spare time, you always want to check the speed of the table. Definitely shoot around a few shots. I see people, as soon as they get on their tournament table, they're going to throw out 9 balls. And I think it's crazy. You can't start with 9. I always start with a few 3-ball runouts, because 9-ball consists of 3-ball runouts. And if I can run out 3 balls 3 times in a row before I play, just staying focused on 3 balls instead of worrying about 9 right out of the gate, then we're good to go. Because if I can run 3 balls 3 times in a row on this table, obviously I can run out a rack of 9-ball. And if you don't get the 3 balls 3 times in a row, then keep working on those 3 balls. Obviously you can't run 9. It's just boils down to it. So that is, and if I have more time on the table, other than my 3 balls 3 times, I will bump it up to 4. We're not going to 9 yet. I try just not to go to 9 unless I have hour and a half on the table. And if I miss any shot, like if I miss a shot like that, we're taking 5 balls out. So we're taking 5 balls out and we're shooting that shot until we're comfortable with it. And this is not a hard shot, but this may be one of your problem shots. If you keep missing it, shoot it over and over until you're comfortable with it. Because I promise that a shot like that will come up in the match that you're uncomfortable with. Like when I wasn't good at these shots, every time they came up, I got nervous. And I would kind of alligator arm them like that. But once you get comfortable with them, you'll find yourself just getting down and just nailing them. It's all just after a bunch of practice of the same stuff. And it's boring, you're not going to like it, it's not going to be fun, but it's what makes you a better player, and that's the fun part that you get out of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button down below. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you can click the subscribe button, then the bell icon right next to it. That'll just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. If you would subscribe, share the channel with your friends, please do so, because I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers. And we are really close. We're almost at 70,000 right now, so about 30,000 more of y'all. And we are there. So share the channel with your friends on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe. Drop a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.